So trying something a bit different today. I've got an Audi A4 press car. I'm reviewing this car, stand by for that soon. But also I thought, where should I take it? Well, it's an Audi A4. So let's take it on the A4. I didn't start from the central London because, hey, it's congested and everybody knows central London. So I started from Slough and I'm heading west. Let's see where it goes. Guys, just to tell you a little bit about the car, it's an A4, a 35 TFSI, 150 brake horsepower from its 2-litre engine. You get 199 pounds-foot of torque. It's good for 0 to 62 miles per hour in 8.9 seconds and 140 miles per hour top speed. Price of this car is £33,000. This one with all the spec on it, which includes options such as S-line, high LED lights, 18-inch 5-spoke alloy wheels. 18-spoke, that would be something, wouldn't it? It's got tow bar preparation, but no tow bar. That's right. Audi sound system, which is very good actually. All the rest of it, Audi phone charger and all that, delivery and all that. It's got Terra grey metallic paintwork. 37,630 for this car. But it should be very comfortable. It's very well equipped. It's a beautiful Audi, as you can look at the size of this new screen that they've put on this updated 2019 car. But yeah, it should be really, really good to drive. It's very comfortable. Full digital dash, of course, the virtual cockpit that Audi has, and I can just tweak that from here, change the view, so I'll be able to follow my route on here, and of course I can plug in my phone and all the rest of it. So should be a great way to cruise this road. Let's see how we get on. So 20 miles in from where we started off, just outside Slough, we've just passed Reading and we're going towards Newbury. I got to be honest, mostly it's a little bit of a yawn, quite frankly. It's mostly through cities and towns and villages, so 30s, 40s, 50 limit, sometimes even a 20 limit actually. And traffic. So although they say that this route is not used as much as it used to be, because obviously now there's the M4 and it's quite a thing to make sure you follow the sat-nav to make sure you avoid getting onto the M4. But it's still pretty busy, quite frankly. It's picturesque, you know, because of the autumn leaves that we have at the moment. So there's some nice bits like there is here, quite pretty, but nothing spectacular. So far so good, no real issues driving the road at all, and of course this car is very, very comfortable. I've got the drive modes set in individual, so the drivetrain is in what they now call balanced. I guess that's not too aggressive and not too timid. I've got the steering in dynamic because I like a little bit of heft to my steering, and I've got the suspension in comfort. Even in comfort you can feel a little bit of a bump thump, but generally it's very, very smooth. Seats are fantastic. I've got the climate control on 22. I had the heated seats on this morning. Now the temperature's gone up. It's midday now. We've gone up to about 8 degrees centigrade outside. Still cold, but not too bad. I don't need the heated seats anymore. Didn't have heated steering, I can't see. But generally it's fine. Very, very sublime comfort in this car. Got the stereo on and enjoying the tunes on it. Very nice stereo actually, especially when it picks it up from your phone. Although DAB works quite well also. So far so good. Let's see what the next 20 mile has in store. So the last 20 miles into Newbury, and from Newbury now that we're heading into Hungerford, I think it is, it's been really good. The roads opened up, they got quicker, they got faster, the car to traffic was flowing much, much better, and of course it's got so much prettier as well. Quite picturesque. I haven't found a great spot to take any pictures yet, but just looking across, we're now into green fields and all of this sort of stuff. Sun came out for a bit as well. It's just gone hiding again, but it's been playing hide and seek and peekaboo a little bit today. Cars really opened up. By the way, so over the last 41 now miles so far, an hour and a half of driving, 44.6 miles per gallon. That's not bad really, is it? 44.6 miles per gallon from this Audi A4. This is a front wheel drive, and I've still got an individual mode, it's fine. Although the road is open up a little bit, but plenty of performance, not an issue at all. Ride continues to be smooth, very quiet, very refined. You know, and again, like an hour and a half since Slough, another 40 minutes before that to get to Slough. So, you know, well over 2.25 hours if you like. Not fatigued at all, very comfortable in these seats. No issues, could keep going, and I will. Check back again in, say, another 20 miles or so. Wow, that last run from, what was it, Newbury up to Marlborough. Marlborough's a beautiful little city, by the way. Very busy though. But that last one was fantastic. The roads really opened up and it became really picturesque, as you can see behind me. I've stopped for a little breather to stretch my legs for a little bit. Car's doing really well, still very comfortable. I had it in dynamic mode for a while, so the steering, well, I have it steering firm anyway, but the suspension firms up and the throttle response becomes even better. Anyway, I pulled over and check this out. I'm apparently at the Sanctuary in Aysbury, and behind me, I don't know if you can make it out, maybe if I do that, but there are stone and timber circles. Apparently they're dotted all over this place. Ancient, historic things. They're similar to, you know, the Stonehenge sort of circles. Why are they here? What are they doing? Well, anyway, they're probably the foundations for something or other. But anyway, interesting what you find. So we're at the 80-mile mark now, and almost lost the A4. I think it was in Chippenham. Nice little village, but I think I ended up in the town centre. Had to come back and find the main routes again, and then was back on it. Just come out of Box. And the last few miles have mostly been little villages and quite old buildings and stuff like that. Box was one of those sort of places. So just come out of there now, just open up a little bit. We're heading into Bath now. I think that's just a few miles away. My dilemma now is that it's 2:30. We're doing 44.7 miles per gallon, by the way. 81 miles now, 3 hours, coming up to 2 hours 50 minutes that I've been driving since Slough. And whilst we're getting near our destination, it's starting to get dark and murky and wet. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any pictures or anything. Still adds to the story, I suppose. The dilemma now in my head is like, should I continue all the way? Being winter, we're going to run out of light soon as well. I don't know if I'll even get to Bath. I suppose I will get to Bath very shortly, but I don't know I'll be able to get there. Car's been fantastic, no issues at all. Really enjoyed it on the dynamic section when I actually switched over to dynamic and started chucking it about a bit. You do get wheel spin at the front because this is a not quattro. That's just off the line though. Mild suggestion of understeer, but nothing major. But generally good poise, good body control, very reassuring. I think in terms of the security of the environment, how you feel, the comfort that you're experiencing, and the durability of this, I think, you know, it's just fantastic. One thing I will say is that for an Audi A4, which used to be one of the small cars in the range, it does feel quite big. Out here, not so bad, but in villages and towns and stuff, it feels like a biggish car from behind the driving seat, until you look across and you go, well, actually, no, it's not that big, but it just gives that impression. I think it's just part of the way that it's designed, that it's meant to feel like a big executive car, even though it's not necessarily one. Hi guys, so a little bit of an update. So I did continue on through Bath. Pretty much took a bath because it is raining now, and couldn't quite go through the middle of Bath, so I had to take I think it's the A36 that goes around it and then rejoins the A4. Very busy city, very congested. No chance of getting any pictures there. No chance of getting any pictures anywhere now because it's just, the weather's just terrible. But I got through Bath and I thought, you know what, it's only another 8-9 kilometers from there, or not miles from there, on to Bristol. So I might as well do it. Might as well do the whole thing, right? Because I think the A4 ends in Bristol. So now I'm about 4.5 miles from my destination in Bristol, and I'm stuck in heavy traffic. Between here and the next roundabout, which is what, maybe a mile away, a mile and a half away, it's saying it's going to take me 20 minutes to cover that distance. Oh my God. It is now 3:13 p.m. I've been behind the wheel of this since Slough for 3.5 hours plus 40 minutes to get from my home to Slough, so that was 4 hours 10 minutes. 93 miles, as I've said, 43 miles per gallon, and the economy's gone down a little bit because of traffic like this. So now that's it. I've just got to crawl the rest of the 4 miles so that I can say, yep, I did it. I got to the end of the A4. I won't be able to mark it with any kind of picture or anything, I don't think. And there is no other choice. It's not like I could go, oh, you know, screw this, go around, turn around, go, because I can't actually turn around. So I have to actually get to the end of this in order to complete the mission, and then maybe take a little break and then go home. I mean, to be honest, like I said, you know, well over 4 hours, 4 quarter hours in this car. Not too bad. My bottom is beginning to feel it now a little bit, but otherwise the seat has been absolutely fantastic. And I think that's one of the things about this car, is that really it demands very little of you, but costs you a lot. That's what it does. It looks after you. It's solid, it's dependable, it's reliable, everything feels nice, everything works, everything. Although I've had a bit of a back and forth with the Apple CarPlay. I don't know if it's the system or it's my phone, but sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. A bit of an argy-bargy with it. But aside from that, everything else was stupendous. Everything else works fine. I've got a lot of information up here. Sometimes I can switch it. I've got that virtual cockpit, so sometimes I just switch it over to a map over there, and then I can see where I am. And sometimes I can just see, I can monitor what I've been doing and all that sort of stuff. Nice sound system, very comfortable. You know, what a great companion for a road trip like this. They're spacious as well. I mean, tons of room in the boot and in the back. I mean, you know, this is the thing about the A4. I said this about the A6 actually a while back. I said the A6 now is so big and so comfy and so spacious, it makes the A8 redundant. It's like, why do you need an A8? Why do you need that gargantuan thing when actually all the space you'll ever need, you get in an A6? Trouble is, the A4 is now doing that to the A6, because the A4 now is pretty much all the car you need, and it's got all the comfort and everything. I'm 6'2", and I've been stupendously comfortable in this car, and I'm like, why would I ever buy an A6? This would be fine. I won't say that about the A3 though. The A3 does feel small. It's nice, I love it, I love the RS3, but it does feel small compared to this. Anyway, I'm going to soldier on, see how it goes. My evening is shot now anyway, because it's going to be another 2.5 hours to get home after that anyway, although I'm going to take the motorway back. I need a bit of a break before. So there you go. I probably will do one last update if I get to Bristol. Hi guys. So there we are at the end of 4.5 hours and well over 100 miles. Me and the Audi have made it to the very end of the A4, that roundabout you can see just there, that roundabout there. That roundabout leads into the Avonmouth docks. That's where the A4 ends. There's no more A4 after that. As far as I can see, there's no more signs for the A4. That's where it comes to. We've come out of Bristol, we've come through Bristol, we've come to that roundabout, and that's it. 4.5 hours. What a fantastic companion the car has been. Well over 40 miles per gallon most of the way. The last bit, economy dropped off because it was mostly through cities, and it was a bit dull, stop and go. 4.5, well, altogether over 5 hours, 5.25 hours I've spent at the wheel of that thing today. I've now got to head back, and it's been an incredibly comfortable and wonderful ride actually. My bum is a bit sore now, to be honest, but very, very good. So there you go. There's the experience in the wet, in the cold, in the dark, can't take any pictures now, of driving to the very end of the A4.